Hi, my name's Jennifer Baing, and on this episode of Café Niugini, we explore the colourful fresh food markets of Mount Hagen, taste the local Uya mushroom delicacy, and experience an earth oven family feast from the Western Highlands Province of Papua New Guinea. Our culinary journey continues along the Highlands Highway as we travel up Darlow Pass, drive through the Wagi Valley, and enter the bustling hub of Mount Hagen town, the regional centre and agricultural gateway to the Highlands region. Mount Hagen is the capital of the Western Highlands Province. Situated in the heart of town is Mount Hagen Market, one of the most colourful and liveliest markets in Papua New Guinea. People from all over the Highlands region come here to sell and buy everything, from fresh fruit and vegetables to chickens, bilumware and tobacco. My friend, local cook and community worker, Paul Ari, accompanied me on a trip to find ingredients for his chicken mushroom dish and explore the colourful Mount Hagen market. Paul runs the Kui Hope Charity Centre, which provides counselling, shelter and care for people living with HIV, orphans, the sick and people living with disabilities. Paul believes healthy and organic food cooked with love is the best medicine for any sickness. Okay, so this is Kim Kimbi, and this is Tokples Hagen. This particular vegetable Paul's going to use because it's quite a strong vegetable. Here we have some beautiful vegetables here. This is a soft vegetable or kumu. It's called alpa, and Paul's going to be using it this afternoon in his dish. What Paul's saying is that he actually looks for broccoli that is still young. So I'll just pick this one up here and I'll show it to you. You can see here that the flowers, they haven't opened up properly yet. So you can see here the broccoli, it's still quite tightly knit. And over on the side here, you can see that they're starting to open up a little bit more. So that's the sort of broccoli that he looks for, a nice, young, fresh broccoli. Some nice green and juicy capsicum. Paul's put some of these lovely peanuts into his basket. We're going to be actually eating these this afternoon in his dish. He'll be cooking them up. These have come all the way from the Markham Valley. As you can see here by this lovely nut, it's nice and juicy and full of protein. What Paul's doing here is he's checking the chickens to see if the feet are clean. He's also lifting them up to see the weight as well. So if you see that it's nice and healthy and it's got a lot of weight to it, he's going to get that particular chicken. So here in Papua New Guinea, because most people don't have fridges, we buy our chickens fresh from the market, or we grow them ourselves, and we kill them and eat them when we need them. Paul and I here are just getting some karuka nuts. Come over here and I'll show you what they look like. It's actually from a pandanus tree, and this has been smoked and roasted on the fire, cooked in a Mumu pit as well. You can have it both ways. These here are the little nuts that come off the pandanus nut. Let's put it down slowly so you can have a look here. They come off quite easily, usually. Let's have a look. Here we go. And inside, there's a nice juicy nut. I'll just crack it open so you can have a look. Okay, here we go. So inside, you can see that the karuka nut is there. You can just wedge it out like that. It's elongated, and it's got a nice smoky texture and flavor to it. Bestia, thank you. Here are some wing bean seeds here. Now the wing bean has two varieties. The brown seed here will give you the green wing bean, and the darkish purple here will give you the purple wing bean. Now my friend here has just told me, here in the Highlands they eat the leaf of the bean itself, the flower, and last of all, they eat the root. And that's the delicacy everybody loves, the as bean. I'm amazed at all the wonderful colors and different arrays and shapes and sizes of all these different seeds. All these beans and all these seeds that you see here have actually come out from people's own gardens. These beans have dried naturally either on the plant itself or they've been put out into the sun to dry, and pick them, take them off, and take out the seeds to bring to the market to sell, so that other people can also grow and plant the beans inside their gardens as well. This is what I love about the Highlands. They really take care of their customers. This is grated coconut from the Madang province, freshly grated. Let's have a taste and see what it tastes like. Delicious and creamy. This particular variety of karuka is called sugar, which the reason I'm guessing is that it's a nice sweet karuka. Sweet, huh? Number one. Ice cream blow Highlands, yeah, ito. Man, I'm sweet no good. This is really juicy and sweet, and there's no bitterness or sourness to it whatsoever. Fresh pineapple from the Hagen market. I'm here with Paul from the Hope Charity Centre, and we're about to cook up all those wonderful vegetables we got from the Hagen market. What Paul's done here is he's added 500 ml of water, as well as about 2 tablespoons of oil. So what we're going to do next now is the vegetables.
Yes.
So I'll just pass the vegetables over here to Paul.
Thank you.
So now what you can see now is we're getting the broccoli, the cauliflower, the beans, everything that we collected at the market, and Paul's just placing them in here to simmer in this boiling oil and water.
All the vegetables are mixed together. Diced ginger, garlic and shallots are put in with coconut milk and left to steam. The chicken halves go in first, and broccoli leaves are placed on top. New Guinea asparagus or Highland pit is then added, and everything is left to steam in the pressure cooker. Next, freshly peeled peanuts, peas and other beans are cooked in water. Rungia leaves, or kengepa in the local Melpa language, are then stirred in to add a creamy flavour to the crunchy peanuts and beans.
This here is called uye. It's actually collected from the bush. It's brought into the village, it's dried out in the sun, and you can see the uye here has got an oily residue that comes out from it. Now this special mushroom gives a very special flavour to the food. It's a very creamy, nutty, smooth flavour, unlike anything you've ever really tasted.
Chopped ginger leaves are sprinkled onto the steamed chicken and greens. Grated ginger is then added with fresh coconut milk. Shaved uye mushroom are also sprinkled into the dish. A little salt is added, and the chicken and greens are left to simmer in the creamy juices until cooked.
Oh, the aromas smell great. You can see the cooked up Highlands pit there, and mixed up with the alpa and the different kumukimbe. We've got the peanuts cooked in with the beautiful vegetables there with the green and yellow leaf foliage. And you've got the wonderful juices of the coconut all mixed in with the aromas of the ginger leaf and the celery leaf here. Paul, this food looks delicious. It's a very big serve. Beautiful. Looking forward to tasting this. Delicious. This Kim Kengepa here has made a beautiful sauce, a creamy, rich sauce that goes very well with the nutty taste of the peanut. Thank you, Paul. Well done.
Thank you, welcome.
After eating, we are treated to a sing-sing performance by the Whoop Polke culture group. These beautiful women wear colourful layers of rare traditional bilas to show the highly prized and flamboyant dressing style of brides in the Western Highlands. I am amazed at the artistic display of this strong act of femininity. It is impressive to see how greatly women are valued through majestic bridal displays of colour, beauty and vitality in the Western Highlands. After exploring the vibrant Mount Hagen market and tasting Paul's delicious chicken uya dish, I was eager to see how Western Highlanders grow their own food. Local residents Julie and Thomas invited me to their home for a tour through their household garden in preparation for a family feast. Food growing is not only a subsistence way of life here for Western Highlanders, but also provides much needed income generation for many communities throughout the province.
So I'm here in Julie's garden and I've had the opportunity to have a bit of a look around. And you can see inside this garden here, there's things like broccoli growing. Broccoli leaves are used for vegetables. There's beans, there's marigolds, there's all sorts of different types of vegetables here. And what actually happens is that Julie uses the pig manure in the garden to put around all the different fruits and vegetables to give them very good nutrition so that they grow nice and strong and healthy. I'm just in the karuka gardens here. As you can see down here, Julie's unearthed some of the karuka. So Julie, mi rausi un karuka na lukim. You can see that these ones are quite small, but this is similar to what we're going to be eating this afternoon. So Julie, how much pla kauka and bagrolo one pla asplo this la lipia? Suppose em new pla garden, how much pla kauka and bagrolo?
Em lo new pla garden one pla mi pla supply nem 2 plus. Na lo this lo 2 plus em bakare mosem 10, 8 something osem.
Ay man, em planti straight ya.
Lo new pla garden em try pla kauka bastar.
As you can see, this tapioca is actually a root vegetable. Root vegetables are used a lot in Papua New Guinea for cooking. They're easy to store, they stay in the ground. You can just dig them up and remove them when you need to eat. It's important that food is easily accessible to us. So all our gardens will have food that we can eat when we need to eat them. So we dig them up when we're ready to eat. Julie is dug around the stem of the tapioca here now so that we can have a look. And one of the tapiocas is free, so I'll just show this to you. This is a tapioca root here. You can see that the outside is smooth. This is a particular type of tapioca. This is a white one. It's got a smooth outside, and you can see that inside it's got a lovely white flesh.
White la tapioca emi good plus emi got plenty grease na em good la lo feed him all pig na blomi pla tu lo kaige emi got good la grease.
Got good blood grease. Okay, thank you. Julie said that the reason why she plants this particular type of tapioca is that it's highly nutritious, it's good for the family, it's good for eating, and it's also very good for the pigs as well. In Papua New Guinea, an earth oven is generally known as a mumu. Here in Mount Hagen, however, it's called a runkoitman. It's a social statement of community, respect and unity. And today we've been invited by Dr. Mel and his family to come and experience just that, a runkoitman.
what really in the Highlands and in the Hagen area, there is a synergy of flavors that comes out of the meat, comes out of the vegetables, the bananas, everything has a unique flavor, and the blending of those flavors is really what's really most important in the cooking. And the best ones to do the mumu quite often bring those flavors through the food. And in that process, you don't necessarily put in salt or pepper or any additives that you put in to flavor the food.
Dr. Michael Mell is Pro Vice Chancellor and lectures in life skills at the University of Goroka, based in the Highlands region of Papua New Guinea. Michael is also a community leader, cultural advocate and Indigenous food enthusiast from the Moke tribe of Western Highlands Province.
There is enough moisture in the vegetables, in the banana, and even in the pork. So when you put it in, that should be enough to be able to cook the food and flavor the food. So why introduce something else when nature itself is so abundant in flavor? Food is a great indicator of well-being of the community and also of individuals. For example, if the mumu is put in and there are certain things that may not be done, or there's a portion that should have been done hasn't happened, people can read into that and say that there is something not right or not well. But if everything is done well, if it tastes great, they say everything is well. So food is a great window into the well-being of a community.
Michael, what's the value of a pig to the Moke culture?
Immense. In today's terms, if you have lots of pigs, you have lots of money. If you have lots of money, you can equate it to having pigs. So they are of equal stature in the communities. So the objective for many of us now in our communities is to look after pigs, because they equate to things that are of great value in the community. Basically, obviously after it's been put down, we basically cinch the pig and tidy it up. And then once it's been tidied up this way, we basically go to put it laid out for one of our elders to come and actually butcher it and to cut it up. And cut it up in a way that's quite actually typical of Hagen communities in the way that they prepare the pig for cooking.
The art of cutting a pig takes skill and accuracy. This practice is highly valued in Moke culture.
How it's being lined out and cut out, basically it's to open up the chest, to take the inside, the innards out, and then eventually to splay open the fore and hindquarters and to separate the head, and then eventually to take the back off. So it's a very special art form, and my father is actually going through it. Not a lot of people have got this knowledge passed on, or this skill and the art of butchering a pig in the Hagen way. It's a very special and a unique way to this area, and so he's about the last one in my family, and none of us have unfortunately learned that craft. And people can see how it's been cut by an expert, because every portion of the way it's been cut will be given out. So this portion here basically is going to be given out to, say, women. And then the hindquarters and the forequarters eventually will be cut and given out. So the way it's being butchered is very significant. My father will basically take the chest and this particular portion, the abdomen, that is worked on, and in it he'll basically chop through, and then have the heart and the lungs, which will come out. And quite often that's given when it's taken out of the mumu to a special woman, and it may be a mother or a grandmother, or even the mother that for one of the pigs that she's worked so hard for the pig that she should be given that. keep it or she can cut it up and give it to friends. But that's how people are recognized for effort made. He's done this so many times, as we can see. And he'll go through this in no time at all. And then he'll have it all ready for us to put down in the Mumu.
In preparing the runkoitmen, banana leaves are placed at the base of the dugout pit to seal in the heat and protect the food. Hot wood-fired stones are placed into the pit, and more banana leaves are layered on the top of the stones. Next, breadfruit leaves are placed inside. More hot stones are added with fern leaves and greens to form a base. Corn, bananas, cacao and tapioca. More ferns and broccoli leaves are put inside the pit. Chopped pieces of pork are then combined with greens and layered into the pit. Finally, the pork skin is placed on top to seal the heat and the food inside the runkoitmen.
So Michael, we've finished up here now?
Yes, we have. And yep, that's about it. And it'll be several hours before we take this all out and see what's in there.
Oh, this is great. I'm really looking forward to tasting this.
Yeah, same here.
As the banana leaves were peeled off and the rocks removed, I could smell the smoky, crisp aroma of the cooked meat and vegetables.
Thomas has just cut me here a really beautiful piece of meat here. It's delicious. You can taste the wonderful flavors that have been, all these wonderful herbs and greens here, the ferns that have been cooked by the rocks. The flavor from the rocks is actually infused the flavor of all the greens into the flesh of the meat. It's delicious, it's moist, it's tender, it's soft. A really, really beautiful dish, cooked very wonderfully. Thank you, Thomas.
Thomas took the honour of opening up the runkoitmen and distributing the food. Taking part in a mocha runkoitmen has shown me how Western Highlanders greatly value fresh food and natural ingredients in their cooking.
I've had a great time visiting the Western Highlands Province, tasting the smoky Mumu flavours of the runkoitmen, walking through the Hagen markets, and cooking uye mushrooms with Paul has been an amazing experience. Join us on the next episode of Café Niugini as we continue to explore the culinary delights and food cultures of Papua New Guinea. If you have a food story you would like to share with us, go to our Café Niugini website. Until next time, goodbye and God bless.